A brief illusion. Mr. Petrovic regularly brought flowers to the grave of his never-regretted wife. He would sit for a while by the grave and then he would turn to other jobs. Mr. Petrovic left the cemetery and headed for his car. And then a beggar woman approached him and asked him for a little help. Mr. Petrovic gave her one banknote and asked where and how she lives. The beggar woman told him that there was no one and nothing and to live in the cemetery. Mr. Petrovic does not know why he asked beggar woman if she would live with him. The beggar woman immediately agreed and got into the car. On the way home, the beggar woman said her name was Zlata and told him her evil fate. Mr. Petrovic assigned to Zlata the room of his late wife. He allowed Zlata to use the late wife's clothes. Then Zlata went to the bathroom to take a bath, after who knows how long. When Zlata entered the room, the host was shocked at how much she looks like his wife. Zlata, as if she had stepped off the pictures on the wall. Zlata prepares dinner and sings a song loved by his late wife. Mr. Petrovic watches amazed how Zlata sets the table like his late wife. Zlata clears the table and moves as it was done by his late wife. Mr. Petrovic is looking at an album with pictures and begins to believe in reincarnation. At work, colleagues have noticed that Mr. Petrovic was reborn. He was aware that he was being gossiped about in the office because of his relationship with a young girl. Even the baker made comments to that sweet connection. And Mr. Petrovic used to go home singing, where Zlata was waiting for him. Mr. Petrovic gave permission that Zlata uses his Visa card. Zlata happily used to visit all the best boutiques in town. And then they rejoiced together to the luxurious Zlata's look. When Mr. Petrovic bought the red one convertible, Zlata almost broke her legs with happiness. Mr. Petrovic and Zlata were regular theatre goers. They were regular visitors to the reception and social events. They spent the summer in the luxurious resort on the Mediterranean. Mr. Petrovic has happily offered to Zlata everything that he did not give to his wife. At receptions, Zlata met young and rich men. Some of them courted secretly, and even openly. The other women looked at Zlata with disdain, knowing her origin. But Mr. Petrovic was not jealous, he was happy for her happiness. One day, Zlata brought coffee and sat next to Mr. Petrovic. She said quietly that she was extremely grateful for everything what Mr. Petrovic did for her. And then she said she couldn't live with him anymore, because this is not the life of a young girl. She said she has met the man who awakened all her feminine nature. The startled man firstly started to beg Zlata not to leave him, and then he remembered how he had begged wife in vain not to die. He knew that fate must be respected and that this was all just a brief illusion. He became aware that this was not his wife but a healthy girl with her own needs. Mr. Petrovic brought again flowers to his wife's grave. He hugged the monument and said that he knows that it was her spirit in the form of Zlata. He thanked her from the bottom of his heart for that little bit times of illusion.